I heard Vadim perform the third piano concerto at the finals of the Van Cliburn competition, then I was very certain that this collaboration in choosing the 5 concertos would be a good thing. Prokofiev is one of my favorite composers, and it is his as well.
And I love this idea from the very beginning because I think that Prokofiev's concerti, especially 4th and 5th, a little bit underestimated, but it's still great music, and I'm really happy that we brought this music to audience in Fort Worth.
But the Prokofiev concertos have much more difference in them that make it quite difficult to do it. For instance, you have one left-hand concerto, and that already makes the equation very hard. But then he and I were interested in the music and the content that supports these 5 concertos, and so we directed our attention towards that project.
I believe in cycles of, for example, I did Beethoven Sonata cycle, and it was very interesting, and I felt like I grow with that music, and I feel that I grow with Prokofiev cycle as well with every concert.
And bringing this equation, this same taste, with the musicians of the Fort Worth Symphony, it can only but get better. But I also noticed from the audience that when he performed with the orchestra, it was very easy for the orchestra to find him, to read him, to do as he needed. And that to me, it's a very important sign, because you are not just putting people next to each other and playing music together.
I remember my first experience of playing with Fort Worth Symphony. It was in the final round of Cliburn competition, and it was a great pleasure that from the very beginning I felt this connection between me and musicians. I was really grateful how they support me at that time, and I'm always looking forward to playing with Fort Worth Symphony.
So now that we have embarked into this project, it's only but easier to play with somebody like Vadim, in which we read each other alike, and everybody feels free playing music when he plays with us. And in spending enough time with an artist over, in this case, 3 years, to produce something of significance, something complete.
Live recording is really a special experience, and I like the presence of people, presence of audience. It's just different energy between us.
The second concerto, massive, complex, difficult, almost as if the soloist needs 3 hands at least to play it, and yet an amazing piece of music.
It's very romantic, and the roots of second piano concerto begins from Rachmaninoff music, of course, and Prokofiev was under influence of Rachmaninoff. And then I fell in love with second piano concerto. When I began to learn it, it was unbelievable experience. The most like last touch of Rachmaninoff music in Russian music and Soviet music.
The 5th concerto, now that's unique. It's also called a concerto, but it's just a funky piece in which he basically wraps up everything he wrote and puts it together in one piece with diversity of gestures more than styles.
And the fifth concerto, I think technically speaking, 5th concerto is the most tricky. It's great music, it's amazing, I love it. I think it's technically probably second difficult after second concerto. It's so interesting that it has so many solo lines in orchestra part. I really enjoyed to communicate with clarinet player, with oboe player, with viola player.
These 5 concertos are great orchestral works. In other words, the orchestra is not there to just accompany or as background to the solo piano, but is equally difficult to the soloist. And when you have this combination of 2 highly powered sides, they can create, this great chemistry.